I don't think there's a typical coaching session. It can vary depending on what you're trying to achieve. I think it's your goal setting sort of dictates the path there, and then you sort of prioritize your business needs. But for example, if it was financially related, we would make sure that our financial statements are done and printed, and then we'd compare it again on a pretty regular basis to make sure we're tracking in the right direction.
And as I said earlier, Rob, with his financial background, understood his numbers inside and out, and that's a really refreshing thing to see from a contractor, is to really understand what the margins are, what the costs are, and be able to put together proposals that make good business sense for both himself and also for his clients.
Full transparency as far as I'm concerned. So Mike would, we've had sessions with the accountant where, we could drill down and make sure we've got accurate information. If it's a question that I couldn't answer or was just not clear, we could get that answer. So I made it very clear to everyone that, the business had a coach and the coach was very much a part of the team. So I don't think it's easy ever to sort of hear something you don't want to hear, but I think you have to stay open to that. To me, it's the reason you have a coach, to tell you the tough things. So what it really did is it helped me determine what I wanted to do with my business and the direction that I wanted to go. So Mike really helped me through that, and it's been a long couple of years, but we've made some pretty major changes in the business, and it's all been very positive.
At the end of the day, any of the changes are all to support the goal of the contractor. So in Rob's case, there may be some areas where we would push hard to get him into a spot that maybe is not in his comfort zone, but it's a zone he wanted to be in, and did very, very well, and was able to change the outlook of the company and obviously the impression he gave to the marketplace. One of the challenges wasn't the financial side and cash flow management, all those things. It was really more on the operational side and to helping to streamline the business so that it ran more without Rob being involved on the day-to-day transactions. And the number of calls that we used to get on his phone when we were sitting in coaching calls was huge, and by the end there was almost no calls coming in because he had a team in place in order to be able to handle the day-to-day operations of the business. And that's critical even for clients, to know that they have somebody that they can call that's available and dedicated to their project. So maybe another thing that's unique for Rob and a couple other of my clients is that they do one-on-one coaching, but also we do a small peer group of 3 contractors in this particular case. So Rob's had the opportunity to get out and visit 2 other contractors in non-competing markets to see how they run their business. And in this particular case, all 3 of them run their businesses quite different from one another. And so there's been an opportunity to learn from each of the other 2 contractors that are part of their peer group. So
yeah, this was critical to me. As part of the coaching session, was to find a peer group. It was exactly what I was looking for. So it's fantastic. I think why try to invent something on your own? Right. Share ideas, be transparent with people that you can trust, and then learn from one another. So I've developed friendships with
very social.
These guys. Very, very social. We chat, we share business ideas and everything, so it's exactly what I wanted it to be. Absolutely, yeah, I would call Mike a lot every day, but I don't want to blow up his phone constantly, but when you have a million things going on in your brain and 10 different projects, how distracted you can get, and how someone from the third-party outside person can really put focus to sometimes simple things.
I'd like to hear a little bit more about, on the financial side, how has your business changed over the years and what's it done for you personally?
Yeah, clients are much happier, much happier. At the end of projects, I used to get a little worried. It's a long drawn out process, so I kind of would be a little worried. Now we have raving fans, so the clients that are very happy by the end of the project, and business is good, profitability is good. And I think it's kind of on our terms now, in the sense that it meets the goal. It's not just busy for the sake of being busy. It's busy with a clean sight line to what we're trying to achieve.
What type of clients do you like to work with?
I think a client that we'd like to work with, and I think they would like to work with us, is someone that understands there's a process to a custom home or a custom renovation. They understand that they need a certain level of sophistication. You need someone that is comfortable dealing with architects and interior designers.
So if they don't have an architect already, how would you engage with them?
What we typically do is we'll quarterback that design build process, work with a whole bunch of different architects and interior designers. So I basically interview the clients, the potential clients, and then I'll connect them to architects and interior designers that I've worked with in the past, or even sometimes new architects or interior designers. And then I stay involved at an early stage. So we typically get hired early, and then we're the quarterback for the whole process through.
So you're involved in the design stage as well as the construction
Absolutely,
phase.
yeah. I highly recommend that, and yes, we are.